everyday life in Oxford passes between school and home. Robi lives here as one of the many boys, with the substantial difference that he is quite autistic. Robi's family accounts for his 2 parents and his 2 siblings. Robi experiences several difficulties in social interactions, and you can tell he's not the standard young man coming of age. Despite that, Robi is loved and supported at school and at home by his family. It is not always true, but in general, they are all proud of Robi's uniqueness. Robi is turning 18 this year and he begins to experience strange and powerful visions. Things start happening. Robi can hear a buzz of a bee from a mile away, and he even spots that bee with a very precise radar. He seems to have developed some special powers connected to the legendary Jedi's Force. Visions visit his dreams at night, calling him to embrace his destiny as a special Jedi. Despite his initial fears and relentless denials, Robi begins to realize that the visions of the Force and his becoming a Jedi are real, and that he has a unique connection to the Force. The Force is calling Robi to employ his special power to fight an emerging dark side that is threatening the world. Robi is afraid. He is nervous and explodes in tantrums that nobody understands. He does not want to leave his ordinary world made of school, home and Nutella sandwiches. He is also scared of the challenges that come with being a Jedi. He understands he can barely take care of himself. How can he save the world that looks so much in danger in his dreams? His autism is freezing him in fear, so Robi initially refuses the call of the Force, feeling that he is not up to the task and that he would be putting himself in danger. He is afraid of failing and being rejected by others. How would they trust an autistic boy? Let alone the unknown dark side visions that are worth the darkest nightmares. The fear of the unknown is strong, and Robi feels that he is not ready for the journey ahead. However, and just a few days after his firm decision to let his visions bother him only at night, his unsuspected mentor Jedi Mary Katz upset meets Robi on the way back from school in the form of a normal cat and follows him home. The cat reveals himself on the same night as a powerful Jedi Master that has come to train and teach the way of the Force. That very night, Jedi Mary Katz upset convinces Roberto to embrace his destiny and embark on his journey as a Jedi. Unsuspected by his family, Robi dutifully trains every night on the use of the Force. He is honing his super senses thanks to the savvy guidance of the Jedi Master Jedi Mary. Understanding and without any prejudgment on his autism, Jedi Mary shows Robi the way to become a fair and just Jedi and avoid the dark side of it. This will be a guide on his upcoming adventure. After many nights, Robi understands he is the chosen one. He can now leave his home and the comforts of Nutella and finally embark on his Jedi mission. Robi is no longer the autistic schoolboy struggling to make himself understood. He is a brave new Jedi that is tasked to face a formidable enemy, Darth Barker, scared of the dog. An old Jedi Master that did choose the dark side of the Force to take control of the going to Oxford by car to make it a barking lot for his growing army of scary dogs and from there conquer the universe. Only Roberto seems to have understood the spell and black magic that Darth Barker has cast onto the going to Oxford by car dweller. With his dark magic potion, Darth Barker has contaminated the booze juice in the critical place of Westgate, and he is turning every booze juzzer into scared about the dog army. Robi is not scared to face Darth Barker thanks to his Jedi training, and he answers his call against evil. On the day Darth Barker has become aware of Robi's abilities and intentions, he sees him as a threat to his plan. The Nemesis seeks to lure Robi into the dark side by promising him unlimited dark colas, believing that by doing so, they will be able to further their own power and control. Dark colas is also laced with the dark potion of the enemy and would turn him into his loyal servant. Thanks to his super senses, Robi is capable of detecting in the dark colas the poisonous potion and can instead pretend to drink and act as Darth Barker's servant. His unique ability to spot and sense the potion that comes from his utmost attention to detail, which is a result of his autism, allows him to do so. This means that Robi can now neutralize all the laced booze juices and overturn the army of Barker dogs into his allies. Robi's courage is an example of the newly formed army. Robi has inspired all redemption people with his strong sense of justice and desire to do good. Everybody now sees Darth Barker greed and lust for power at the expense of the normal people and fights Darth Barker to the edge of going to Oxford by car, annihilation of him and his leftover army. Robi's journey of self-discovery and people empowerment has led him and the people of going to Oxford by car to triumph over evil and restore balance to the Force. Robi gains recognition and respect from the Jedi Order as its first autistic Jedi, as well as a sense of fulfillment for having saved the people in going to Oxford by car. He becomes more confident and he can now go back to eat pizza every Friday and fish and chip every Sunday with Mama and Daddy, Tommy and Cree Cree. He is self-assured, overcoming the challenges of his autism. Robi is back as a student, fully aware of his Jedi powers. He has accepted his autism as a strength. He has become a master of the Force and regularly the Jedi Order in the Dinosaur Museum during the museum nights.